Harrison Butker to kick off.
Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. That's Harrison Butker set to get things started. Off we go from Arrowhead. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Throwing right away on the game's first play. Crushed, it's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Short throw, taken in by Smart. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. A gain there of 16 yards. First down, Atlanta.
16 yards.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target, but I don't think it's going to be his last.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. One of the tight ends in motion right. Back to the air one more time. That is brought in at the 10. And he's going to be brought down. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Atlanta.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll look to throw yet again. He's got his big tight end. Kyle Pitts. Touchdown, Atlanta. His 4th TD grab of the season.
And when things haven't been going your way, like they haven't around here recently, Mike, this is exactly what you need. You're looking for a spark. So to take the opening possession of the game, march it down there, and come away with the score, all of a sudden the sideline's a lot more positive. There's a lot more good energy amongst your teammates. Is that the spark they needed to turn this thing around?
Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. And they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. "7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Going to return this from the 10. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here we go. Here's a first carry for their running back. And he'll get about 6 out of that one before being forced out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Ready up. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Third down and 3.
Let's go. Bronco 80.
Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. And he overhit that just a bit. Lands beyond the goal line, and that is a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Moving outside the pocket. Escaping the danger. Throwing and completing. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. That one good for 26 yards.
And this is where the quarterback's improv skills really kind of come into play. The ability to play off-platform, throw from different arm angles. It's something that we're seeing a lot play out across the league. And yes, you have to throw from a spot in the middle of the pocket. But if you can only do that, it's hard to play quarterback in today's NFL.
They'll look to throw. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Remember, he had the touchdown on the opening drive, and here on drive 2, he gets a first down with that catch. Pitts is the man in motion. They'll look to throw again. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Robinson.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37. Back to throw. Out wide, that's Robinson. And he's in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown Falcons. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
So you look back a week ago, Mike, and that tough loss, and you can already see this is a much different group. There's a different focus, there's a different clarity, there's a different operation in and out of the huddle. They look sharp, motivated, and 2 drives later, they've got 2 touchdowns, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. A try here for the extra point. Backed up because of the penalty, but no matter. The extra point is good.
Falcons 14, Chiefs nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
They'll begin here on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
He's
And that's it.
at the 32-yard line. A gain of a yard.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 9. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll get that to his tight end. That's Ja'Tavion Sanders. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
It's a pickup
Big
of
play
46
for
yards.
KC. Pickup of 46 yards.
First down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Ready? Gravity line. Let go.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 7.
Ready?
The RPO, that one is complete. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the 1st down after a gain of 7.
3rd down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Check. Panther. Ready?
Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. It's the Falcons with the early lead. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. The Chiefs have it here to start quarter number 2 as they go to work on 1st and goal.
Here we go. Set. 70 Timberwolves. Hut, hut.
This one tapped forward on the pop pass. And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second
Inside
and
the
goal.
5, it is 2nd and goal.
Go. Steady.
Now a handoff running right. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
No gain on the play.
Although
Brings
I
up
would have liked to have
3rd
seen
and
them
goal.
throw the ball on one of the 2 prior downs. Now, after getting stopped twice, Mike, they haven't gained an inch on the ground. I think on 3rd down, you have no choice but to put the ball in the hands of your quarterback and see if he can make a play through the air.
They'll go once more from the 3. 3rd and goal.
Come on. Come on. Set. Get up.
He'll look to throw. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. So you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And this is hot. Wow, the decision to go pays off. Touchdown, KC.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback. They get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas
So now
City.
it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a
At
touchback.
their own 35-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He fires downfield for Pitts. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. A big play to kick off this drive. A gain of 48.
Simply put, you just have to be more disciplined along the back end, Mike, especially when you're playing against a quarterback like this. I mean, his ability to identify mismatches so quickly and then target them with the ball, you've got to take away that space, change up your looks, and as a result now, they're going to test your red zone defense.
Escaping to his left. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Man in motion, heading right. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. That's to the end zone, but it is incomplete.
Not only does he let the ball go through his hands, he lets 6 points slip away with that drop. I mean, everyone else does their job. The ball's on target. Listen, this is the big boy league now. The reality is, you just got to catch the ball.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Xavier Legette, touchdown Atlanta. They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He's got it. And the Falcons extend it to a 21-6 advantage.
Chiefs 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, here we go. Ready, ready.
His drive will start on the ground. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play. Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan in the toss. Healthy game, and they pick up the first down.
He'll get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be out of bounds here, and it's only a gain of a yard.
There's a lot of quarterbacks around the league that really struggle with this, Mike, but not this guy. A righty quarterback moving to his left. Your mechanics, your footwork, and your arm talent all have to align, and tell you what, he does it about as well as anybody around the league.
Ready,
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 9.
19.
He'll drop to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Jalen Walker in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
That is caught down the field. It's worthy. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
Kansas City Chiefs, first down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
39-yard line.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Cowboy 80. Let's go.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
That is incomplete, and the two-point conversion is unsuccessful.
21, Chiefs 12. Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Okay, ready? Let's go.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. On the run to the right. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
So anytime the quarterback leaves the pocket, immediately all the receivers, Mike, have to go scramble drill. Continue to work open, separate, give your quarterback somewhere to go with the ball, but give credit to the defense. They plaster on all the eligible receivers, and he has to just throw this one away.
The second down throw is incomplete.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down. And that is incomplete. The pass intended for Xavier Legette. And that'll set up fourth down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. They'll bring it back out to the 20-yard line.
Trap 60, trap 60. Ready, ready.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be run out of bounds. It's a good game. On first down, they pick up 7 yards. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now, faking the give, out to his right, taking off, and he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They're going to work this down inside the 45.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels...
That one intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
So anytime you're really sensing pass, Mike, the first thing you want to do, flood the field with defensive backs. Good things typically happen. I mean, that's a great call there by the defensive coordinator to counter that play, because no matter where that ball was going, they had someone in the neighborhood who had a shot of making the play and getting them off the field.
Legette in motion. Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive. They'll throw out of the gun. Flush to his right. Off he goes.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
On the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 11.
And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
In motion goes Likely. Throwing now on 3rd and long. Moving to his right. Now a shot here, deep middle. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
I like the fact that they took a shot on 3rd and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the 4th down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down.
27-yard line.
On the set. Cowboy 80.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
Renardo Green on
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Scope.
Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway.
Ready?
The third quarter begins with a run. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
With the struggles they had running the ball in the first half, Mike, it makes sense that they're trying here early in the second to get this ball carrier going. But this last run's not going to do him any favors. Another rush, another loss of yards.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Ready?
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. That's complete to the rookie's first-round pick. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big play and a much-needed one as well. It's a gain of 34.
49-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Ready, you're up.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's downfield. He's got Sanders, the tight end. 20 yards on that pass play. And the Chiefs have a first down.
That's another Kansas
Really nice
City
throw there. The
Chiefs.
ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that. But it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
It is a gain of 23 yards, and now they'll have 4 shots at it. It's 1st and goal.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up 1st and goal.
Here's a run. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game. That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
On the jump.
3rd and goal.
Come on, come on.
This one caught at the 4. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. Numbers 11 and 12 on the season. And Butker on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will cut it to a 2-point lead.
Makes the score Falcons 21, Chiefs 19. Harrison Butker at the kickoff.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Falcons have first down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
Ready, set.
Pitts is the man in motion. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started. They
come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. He's got his man. That's Legette. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. That's number 40 on the season for him.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Quick throw. That's Legette on the RPO. And he'll be out of bounds. That's a nice gain, though, on first down. A pickup of 7.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
5 yards from the house. They've got it first and goal. They'll look to throw again. Flushed to his left. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Falcon. Not going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and through. And the Falcons will make it a 2-score game as they are now up 9. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Back to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Aleem McNeil. He gets in for the sack. It took a while, but that is his first on the year. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. We'll talk things over before 3rd down.
Ready, set. Ready.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchdown. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Moving left. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. Now it's going to be third down. Leggett in motion. On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's caught left side by Pitts. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on third down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Brought down at the 39-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4.
Ball on the 39. Here's second and 4. He'll drop to throw. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And this yields nothing. He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot based on what the...
Well, he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
They'll come up first and 10 at the 40.
70. Let's go now.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's complete to Royal. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
60 Vikings, 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
That's good for a Kansas City.
They'll look to throw. Forced out wide. And that'll be incomplete on what turns out to be the final play of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 10. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Falcons will get the ball at their own 17-yard line.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Back to the air once more on second down. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
They need to get it to the 27. This is third down. Play clock nearly expires as they set up to throw.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
The Falcons getting their punter out there as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth-quarter lead. This returnable from inside his own 40. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield.
At their own 48-yard line.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Headed left, buying time. He's going to keep it himself.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd down and 7. Flush to his right. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Ready.
Now, faking the give. Quick throw here is complete. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
18 Cardinal.
Now they'll set up to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. And they're going to get the 1st down. They were forced to go for it, and it's going to work out for them.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Let's go.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Kinchen. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Exiting the pocket right. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Out wide, that's Robinson. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. It's good for a Falcon 1st down.
1st down, Falcons.
Throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Pitts is the man in motion. Oh, a bad time to run out of time. They don't get the playoff on 3rd and short. So, instead of 3rd and short, it's now 3rd and 6. Pitts is the man in motion. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down. The Falcons sending out the field goal unit. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Falcons will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Oh, this ball's going to wind up nowhere close to the landing zone. Definite mishit there. This one's going to be spotted out beyond the 40. This is 1st and 10.
70. Let go.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
Pass the 60.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this.
Ready up.
They've got all 3 timeouts left, but need to score quick.
Let's go now.
It's 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Get it. Steady.
They'll drop to throw. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Kinchen.
By the Falcons. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here we go. Set.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. He's going to let this one go deep. That is caught. And he will dive into the end zone. 73 yards. Touchdown, Atlanta. No problem there on the extra point. And the Falcons will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. Whoa! And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
27-yard line.
Viking 18.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35.
And a Kansas
Big
City
play
Chiefs.
for KC.
First down.
41 yards.
1st and 10 at the
Go.
32-yard line.
Ready, ready?
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Rolling right. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Tag. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle. Ready?
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
This caught right side by Worthy. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute left in this one.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little, too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
26.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
Down to a knee here. The defense still has a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they're going to use them. Second and 11. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. Has some room inside the 30. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this fourth quarter.
Falcons, first down.
So it's a win for the visiting Falcons. They bounced back from the loss last week. They will put in a determined effort and will come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.